Roadhog's not dead, guys. He's back and he's on a mission to take out every single juice monkey he sees on the Overwatch scene. What up, fam? Bisquix here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how Roadhog counters dive comps. And yes, this is still post-patch. I know he went through a pretty big nerf with that damage nerf, but hey, he's still a great hero to pick because of his great crowd control abilities, which allow him to take care of those pesky flankers always zip-zapping around in your back lines. So just remember, he will doo-doo on your dive comp, okay? Now, I'm going to jump right into it. First thing we're going to talk about here is going to be Roadhog's hook. Now, Roadhog's hook is one of the absolute best tools to fuck with a dive comp. It allows you to get an instant pick on the Tracer that's zapping around behind you, and we all know that the Tracer is one of the hardest characters to deal with in a dive comp. If you leave the enemy's Tracer just alone, zipping around 24/7, picking your healers, taking care of anybody who she really wants to, because let's face it here, Tracer is probably one of the best one-on-one heroes in the game, and if you're playing against a good Tracer, she will completely decimate you guys. So Roadhog can completely take care of this bitch flopping around, and he will make sure that she does not do that anymore. And he's gonna probably make her switch, because being a Tracer main myself, I've gotten fucked up by a lot of Roadhogs, and it is not fun. So we'll get started off with target prioritization. There's gonna be a couple key targets you're gonna be wanting to focus on here. So number one is of course Tracer, just like we talked about. Number two is a Genji. They're very easy to kind of get if you can catch a Genji when his deflex off, or if you can just kind of time it right, kind of beat the game with him. You can make quick work of these guys. Next one would probably be D.Va, just because since D.Va has her defense matrix up the whole time, and she's just going to be kind of absorbing whatever for the team. If you hook in that D.Va, she's got no way of blocking it, and you can bring her in, and you and your team can make quick work of her. Then you'd probably go for the Winston. Now this kind of is subject to change, because it all really depends on who dives you first. If the Winston's going to be the first one to dive you, and if you have a hook on him, make sure to hit that hook first, right? But if you have Tracer around the back and you hear your healer is calling, hey, I need help, there's a Tracer, make sure you go hook her. So it's a lot of kind of like chaos management at the time. You gotta make quick decisions on what to do and who you're gonna save at what time, so just always be able to keep that in the back of your mind. Now also remember this too, since Roadhog's damage was nerfed, you really have to call out to your teammates for help when you're hooking in a target and you want to kill them, especially when it's a target with a larger health pool, because originally Roadhog would do about 450 damage with all of his shots if you all hit him in the head. Now with the 33% reduction, damn, that's actually quite a bit. You'd probably be hitting like 2 something, higher 200s. Yeah, so it's quite a bit of a reduction. So you got to make sure you call out to your team, hey, I just hooked the D.Va, help me out. I just hooked out the Winston, help me out. People like Tracer you can get as long as you do the combo right. Even without the combo, you should be able to one-shot Tracer. With Genji, if you're lucky, you can hit it with the combo, but just to be safe, still call out, hey, I got the Genji here, you know, just help me out a bit, because if you hook them and if you don't get any value out of your hook, then Roadhog is useless. So that's the one thing you and your teammates really got to be on the same page for, is you got to capitalize on these hooks, because if you don't capitalize on these hooks, then Roadhog is kind of useless, because one huge piece of his kit is taken out. Now lastly, I'd like to talk about Roadhog's ultimate. Roadhog's ultimate is actually a great tool for stopping a push or getting that ugly monkey out of your face when he starts going apeshit. If that gorilla is swinging his arms trying to slap you across the face, you press your ultimate button and you just start grinding whatever the fuck you put inside that. What is it? He puts junk in that. It's a scrap gun, right? So I guess you grind that scrap and you shoot it in his face and you tell him, get the fuck away from me. Roadhog's ult, I guess it gives you a pushback effect, so it's really good for knocking away the Winston when he tries to initiate, or if they try to do a big push. It really does help, because you can kind of negate it in the similar ways if you were playing Winston on defense. If you were to do your ultimate and kind of slap him out of the place, it's just really good for crowd control, right? It kind of prevents them from diving on you, because if they do dive you too hard, and if you do use this ultimate defensively, it can really help out your team, and it can kind of save you guys in some dire situations. You always got to make sure that you get the D.Va out of the suit first, because if she's not out of her suit, and if she's still in her suit and she gets up in your grill, it'll be GG for you, man. You're gonna be crying, because you just wasted your ult inside D.Va's defense matrix. That thing goes pretty far, so don't think you're safe, because she can do her defense matrix from like a fucking year away and still hit you. I don't know, it's pretty big, but I guess that's what makes D.Va big. That's gonna basically wrap up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it a little bit better than the other one. We were getting a lot of flack on the other ones just because the characters that we pick, but it's all about evoking a conversation, right? That's the good thing about Overwatch, is there's so many different team comps and there's so many different kits, and they all synergize differently. And if you use each kit in a certain way, and if you use it to its fullest potential, that is how you take care of these disruptive comps in the game. It's all about using your mind and thinking, not necessarily what beats what, but what situation is going to guarantee me the best victory, or at least the best chance of victory. We always got to say this. Remember, guys, don't get toxic. It's just a game. We love you all. Make sure to leave us some feedback. And as always, may the sun god smile upon your ass.